What the heck? I think I have to close that, don't I? G'day, you mob. What on earth is going on over there? How's it going, everybody? Oh, thanks, guys. Enjoying the intro music. How are we all? Good to see all you people in. From memory, I think Joel G was first in again. 2 weeks in a row, Joel. Probably hasn't even received his bucket of kudos in the post from last week. Pardon me. GRB, how's it going? Max S, g'day, mate. Thirsty, how's it going? Definitely was thinking about you before with the nonsense that's going on in Vanuatu at the moment. Hurricane Harold or something has been attacking Vanuatu and leaving people in disarray. And I know you've got some adopted mob over there, Thirsty. So, you know, thoughts going out to you and your mob over there, mate. Hope everything is okay for them. Oh, there we go, GRB. He's on it as well. Thirsty family got hit hard, was crying yesterday and got no sleep. Feel so helpless, but I really appreciate your thoughts, mate. You got no idea. Thinking of it helps. Yeah, nice one, Thirsty. Yeah, we got you, bro. We got you. Bob Kayla, how are you? Thanks for being around. Fishy fun. How's it going? Oh, that's right. We call them cyclones, don't we? Not hurricanes. Cyclone Harold. Was it Harold? I think it was Harold. Bodgy, how's it going? Peplin Creek Aquatics. How are you, Peplin? Pep. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Fingers crossed, Thirsty. We can, ease a bit of that emotional pain. It's no guarantee, but we'll see what we can do. Dylan Martin, g'day, mate. How's it going? Blacky, how are you, Blacky? Redfish, Bluefish, how are you, Jace? Chewy, how's it going? C23, Clarence 23. I thought you were changing your name to Clarence 23 instead of Cichlids 23. Your channel's all about the Clarences, not the Cichlids. You know it. Sean Ooted, how are you? Andy, hello, mate. How's it? Big J, sup, Big J? How's it going? Yeah, Big J needs to live stream at a reasonable hour. I wake up to notifications that Big J's been live and I've just missed it. Something like that. I think a lot of you Americans are very inconsiderate to us Australians with the times that you do your live streams. You know, pick up your game. Mickham, how's it going, Mickham? 4 a.m. over there. Well, I guess Mickham can probably have a thing or two to say to me about the same thing, isn't it? You know, as some people have discovered on the interwebs, if you're going to be on the interwebs dishing out shit, you've got to be able to take a bit of shit as well. Chevy Fish, how are you? Zen Ginger, popping the links up already. I don't know if you found my Redbubble link, Zen, but I put a couple of my actual fish shirts on Redbubble the other day, similar to this one that I'm wearing. Pardon me, that was not a bad one. That was his little brother. I only just got back from going to the shops before, about 10 minutes before my stream started, and bumped into a couple of people who said, "Oh, you've got merch for your channel now." Very interesting when people say those kinds of things. Lots of people saying good day, little chats to one another, which makes it easy to scroll through. Galar, how's it going, mate? Kia ora. Kia ora. It is just said as one word, though, isn't it? My Maori is not so hot. HC Aqua, how are you, Jesse? Thanks for popping in. Sandra Bennett, g'day to you. Crikey, is that how far behind I am up to where people are talking about the intro music? Oh, StreamYard just had a bit of a flip out. Damn it, and bugger it, and all that stuff. Big D, how's it going? Donny G, how are you? Zach Fisher, g'day, mate. Seems like it's been a little while since I've seen your gorgeous face in my stream. Alice, how's it going? I'm doing that thing now where I have to scroll back up. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone. Tiffany White, how are you? It wasn't, I know it was a Tiffany that saw me with on Joey's live stream the other day. It wasn't you, was it, Tiffany White? It was, I think it was a hyphenated surname, Tiffany. But, you know. Yeah, that's right. I was on Joey's Instagram, the one before all the stuff went down. Wacky Blacky. Not the wacky tobacco, it's the wacky Blacky. On my way back down the list. Yeah, StreamYard, normally it just jumps over the all the chat, but it had actually frozen up on the chat on me. Yeah, Big D, I think I said g'day to you. Cody son, how are you, mate? Bugs in my face, nothing new there. Yeah, my Redbubble's and Ginger. I know it's odd. Actually, let me see if I can find. I think if I type Redbubble in, computer says no. It wasn't that one then. Computer says no. Wow, doesn't like any of my Redbubble links, it would seem. I know Redbubble seems to be a real shit to navigate and get to where you want to go. I don't know if anyone else has had that experience with trying to find people on there. But even oh geez. If I just get rid of that section, see what that gets me. Crikey. No, Redbubble does not like me today. So anyway, back to the chat. Larry D, how's it going? No, Firsty, they have not shown up yet. Which was really funny that it was an overnight delivery and it's already been 2 nights. Very, very interesting indeed. Oh no, chat just jumped again. Dan Slee, how's it going? Scott's Aquatics, how are you, Scott? Danny Can Aquatics. Had a I'll lose my tits at these flies soon, especially the big ones. Had a interesting question for Danny Can. Are you familiar, Kenny, with Chariots of the Gods? And does that have anything to do with the name of your channel? Just asking. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, or does and doesn't. Maybe Redbubble's crashed or something. Maybe if I just try and go to that. .500 server error. Don't know what that means. Normally, I just type in redbubble.com/people/DrBlack66. And it gets me there. Oh, that one's up there. Maybe if I go through product. Or don't want that. If I go, this is really, once again, I feel I'm being responsible for incredibly entertaining YouTube broadcasting. Oh, far out. Back. Get off me. I'm armed. All I can find on my Redbubble is the coasters at the moment, and the only reason I can find them is because it's a recently viewed one. Fingers crossed I can sort that out at some stage through the stream. Oh, someone mentioning my Oscar. Hello, Pam. How are you? Someone mentioned the chat just did a big jump on me. Oh, did you find it then? Nice work indeed, champion mod. Gaffer Haynes, how are you, mate? Scrolling back. Brad, Mr. Fish, sir, how's it going? Max S, back in the chat again. But Sandy Doty, how are you? Where are you at? 37 people. I'm certainly sure that I haven't said hi to 37 people yet. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, but that big Oscar behind me, wherever he's gone, there he is. Hanging out. He likes to hang out around Jag Jail. I've got a Jaguar in jail in that tank. Quite cruel, but he's alive. I believe it's a she. I believe both my Jaguars that I tried to breed were females, and clearly they were not open-minded enough in these modern times. Bam, bam. Did I say hi to Larry D? Probably did. Have another one, Larry, free of charge. Yeah, sorry I couldn't hang out on your live stream for too long the other day, Gaffer. It was one of those days where multiple things had piled up. And all of a sudden, it was going to be extremely overwhelming if I didn't make a start on doing things. Dragon Lair, how's it going? Monica Lynn, how are you? I'm kind of just hoping that I got everyone in the chat. It's Jace. That's not a crisis. You just get some out of each tub and put it in the largest bowl you can find. Easy to solve. I've been very well, thank you, Zach. So far, so good. What about yourself? I hope you're doing well over there. Rumble, how are you, Breno? Assume you are probably at work at this hour of the day on a Wednesday. But yes, as I was saying, the big white Oscar behind me, I took a couple of nice photos of it last night. I want to list it for sale, but as a lot of Australians know, our main avenue for selling fish around here is Gumtree, and you get a lot of time wasters, tire kickers, dickheads, that kind of thing on Gumtree. So it is a bit of a risk to sell on Gumtree. But I probably should sell Jaguars as well, since they're both pricks or bitches, nasty fish. Very tempted to drive one down to Thirsty to see if it can, because as they are nasty, beastly fish, his male Jaguar, Thirsty says, is a nasty, beastly fish. So potentially they'd go well together. But other than that, you're probably going to have to sell them because they're not going to get as pretty as a big boy. Oh, Danny Ken, I don't know either if you oops, I was meant to put that one on. If you heard my question before about Chariots of the Gods and if that had anything to do with your channel name. And now I couldn't Now I can't scroll all the way back up. Oh, I've got 2 Jags, Monica, that I was going to try and breed, and they got to a particular size, so I put them together, but it turns out they're both females. So according to the laws of nature, they won't produce babies for me when they're both female. And I had 2 Jags in the tank with my Rivulatus pair, and one of the Jaguars became incredibly aggressive. Pardon me. Started attacking all of the other fish. So I had to move my Rivulatus out into another tank with the big white Oscar. And then in that tank, the big white Oscar became a little bit brutal towards my female Rivulatus. And so I moved the white Oscar in with the 2 Jaguars. And one of the Jaguars was very, very brutal. Righto, Janican. So it's got nothing to do with Chariots of the Gods. I just found that odd because that's the surname of the author of that book. Where was I? So I moved the most aggressive Jaguar out of that tank into a 4-foot tank I've got set up outside. And then second Jag one, even though it's, only a little bit over half the size of the Oscar, it was definitely beating the crap out of the Oscar. So it had to go into jail. So one's in a jail, which is a 4-foot tank, and the smaller of the 2 is in this jail here, which is a plastic basket, which originally I cable tied some gotcha, Danny Can. Of course he does. Did I say hi, Liz? How are you? Welcome aboard. Originally I just put some yoga mat, cable tied some yoga mat to the side of the basket and just let the thing float around the tank with the Jag in it. But after about 10 minutes, the Jag had managed to leap its way out. So I've had to fix it into place with a bit of this plastic rope. So it's underneath one of the glass braces with not enough space to get out of that basket. But yeah, something's got to be done with that. I certainly do, Joel, have plenty of candidates for fish jail too. I just don't have the jail space for them at the moment. And it is a shame because I really do love Jags. Very pretty fish. I wanted this tank behind me to be a feature tank with the pair of Jaguars in it, but it turned out they're not a pair. But luckily, over there, I have a male and a female Feste, which I do think are prettier than the Jaguars. And I started them with a divider in the tank so they could get used to each other. The other day, I shifted the divider slightly so there was space enough for them to get around. And they've been certainly displaying aggression. They've been displayed breeding dances quite a bit and other breeding behaviours. Their reproductive organs are apparent and showing underneath their bodies. So what I'm going to do with those guys is see if they spawn in that tank. And once they spawn in there, if they are good enough parents to have Fry survive, then I'll move the Feste into this tank. And hopefully by that time I'll have the other big fish sorted out. Hopefully. I said hopefully. Touch wood. Chewy, I am not familiar with the University of Western Australia. I'm familiar that they've got a university. Interesting. Chewy's always coming through with the interesting knowledge. Oh yeah, that's right. I did see that Monica Lynn that I don't even remember his name now, but I followed him on Insta the other day after he showed up when Thirsty was talking about him. He's on Instagram, Thirsty. Put him on Instagram, play some background music to my nonsense. But yeah, what was his name again? Bloody hell. Marty Ray. Marty Ray started a live video. Marty Ray's finished anyway. He's done. All over. Oh, Lucky Seahorse has posted a pretty gnarly picture on her Instagram though. Don't know whether that's one of her tanks or Scott's tank. Yeah, Joel. It was all good trouble. I woke up this morning to quite a few messages from people who got him, who had who knew that I was on live with Joey, on his first one, not the troublemaking one. And he put out a YouTube video this morning in which he mentioned chugging beers with an Australian guy. So, of course, I've got all these messages from people saying, Joey talked about you on his YouTube video. He was yada, 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 something. So then I went and watched the video. And, yeah, that's when he mentioned the chugging the beers with an Australian guy. But no, that wasn't me. That was another Australian guy. When I was on with Joey, I was like maybe the first or second person after Tazawa Tanks finished with him. And yeah, Joey wasn't very drunk at that stage. He'd only probably had 2 or 3 beers through the Tazawa Tanks interview, and I had a drink with me, but I didn't even think of, cheers, Joe, let's drink together, because I hadn't seen him smashing so many beers as I'd seen by the end of that stream. So it wasn't me. I was not the Australian guy that Joey was chugging beers with. I just had a bit of a chat and a laugh with Joey. Joey liked my definition of wrestling a crocodile. I told him that I wrestle crocodiles on my live streams. And he had a giggle and then wanted to know my channel name and stuff. So I have messaged it to him. And, one day he might read it. I imagine that he just gets his inbox on Instagram completely flooded by shit, especially now with all the nonsense that's going on. And yeah, so maybe one day. So yes, I'm glad we cleared that up. I don't think it was staged, Andy. I think it was an actual situation that happened. And if you watch Joey's video from today, or his latest YouTube video, I think he explains it pretty well and goes into it how the amount of stuff that he's had to endure with his family and himself just based on trolls and people just trying to invade his life. I think he just sort of got to a stage where he was a little bit jack of it. And yeah, he finally cut loose about it. And like he said, he's entitled to, just because he's in a position on a public forum, doesn't mean that if people are slinging shit at him, he doesn't get the right to defend himself. And granted, some of the ways that he defended himself weren't necessarily too PC, but PC culture is very overrated. People should be allowed to speak and say what they want. And yeah, I think he handled it well. And just because he cast a few slurs about, he was quite intoxicated by the time all that stuff went down. And he did say that he was familiar with the kid who he was hassling with, and that kid, being a 17-year-old dude, knew what he was saying, knew what he was getting into. And on his Instagram, he actually played it in his YouTube video as well with the phone call he had with the kid, and they were all cool about it. They're mates. And yes, it was blown way out of proportion to some snowflake dude who got all defensive on the kid. And g'day, Scuffed, how are you? And I firmly believe that the dude who got on with Joey, that had the row with Joey, I think he was put up to it by his girl in the background, who Joey was also slinging shit at. G'day, JH. How are you, mate? We're all alive. Join the alive crew. Hashtag we're alive. So yeah, that's about all I've got to say on that. I took no offense to what Joey said. I've been drunk before myself and said some nonsense online, probably on more than one occasion. Definitely on more than one occasion. So, I feel for the guy. So, you can't always believe what you see on the internets, can you? Especially when people use a high profile dude like Joey to boost their own views or their own status on their Instagrams or their YouTubes or whatever. Pardon me. But yeah, I can certainly understand, Andy, that if people only read one article or only saw the video of him talking trash to the young fella, it would be very easy to take that out of context and be offended by it. And yeah, I think most of the time people do. They see something like that happen, and they instantly an opportunity they see, and like Scuff Fish Tank says, clout chasing. They go, ooh, I could if I angle it this way and say this and only show this little bit, I could get some clout with that. Whoops. Oh, crikey. On fire today with the bellies. And yeah, Alice, that's, if you get that sort of stuff online, people with, potentially weren't hugged enough by their mother or their father when they were younger, feel that the only way they can make themselves feel better is by trying to make other people feel worse. The only thing really that achieves is to send themselves further deep down into the darkness. diss track against Blake. I idolise Blake. Why would I do a diss track on Blake? That wouldn't be cool. Scuffed. I was going to say cuffed. I've got this blue tongue lizard that's been hanging out. Oh, g'day, Valley Fish. How are you? It's been sort of hanging out in this little corner area over here. I can just can hear his movements now. He was hanging out under my fridge yesterday afternoon, but he's been hanging out over in that corner. So potentially if he pokes his head out soon, I might even grab him. We'll go have a quick look. Yeah, he's buried right over in the corner under the barbecue, and I'm not limber or agile enough to pursue anything into that corner yet. Yeah, Zach, yeah. Just a local little fella that's decided to start hanging out in my barbecue corner over here. It's funny too because I've got a lot of like dead leaves and stuff that just blow in out of the wind, so they amass up in that corner over there. And I've been hearing noises in the leaf litter for a few days now, and it was only like I'd sit there and listen and think, oh, maybe it's just big skinks. And turns out, yes, it was a big skink, a very big skink. G'day, Juzzy. Tropico, how's it going? Welcome aboard. Vinoxky, how are you? Oh, nice one. It's awesome. Guppies are one of the best ones to just watch progress of growth. They spend their first month or so pretty plain, and then when they start to develop, chuck a bit of colour in. It's awesome to watch them develop. Fishy fun. Yeah, there's always lizards in my yard, just not always the big ones. Lots and lots of tiny little skinks. Grass lizards, penny lizards, five-stripe skinks. They've got all sorts of different names, the ones around here. Yeah, I know Dragonlair. My son has quite the blue tongue collection. There's actually one of my old videos where I pretended that I was going to feed a blue tongue to the community cichlid tank. One of my son's blue tongues, but they get a little bit defensive when you first pick them up. But if you hold them right, they they don't hang on for too long if you know how to make them let go. Oh, what did I miss in the chat? Well, I was that was I saw that in your video, Bob, and then I wrote my comment, and then I read further in the comments and saw that you didn't even notice it when you were filming only on a rewatch. It was classic. And he'd only just pooed on the floor. The water must have relaxed his cloaca. Are you familiar, Dragonlair, with land mullets? they call them land mullets here. They are, I believe, they're actually the largest skink on the planet. Someone may be able to confirm nor deny that for me. I don't have any pet lizards. This guy I wouldn't call a pet because he's just wandered in from the outside, and I want to keep him around because there's quite a few snails around my veggie garden and stuff. So I just keep picking a couple of snails out my veggie garden and chucking them into the corner. He might just hang around there. But yeah, like I said, my son has, what's he got now? He's got 6 in the big enclosure and 2 baby grow outs in the other one. So yeah, he's got 8 blue tongues and 3 snakes. One of his snakes is my snake. I think I did show pictures last live stream. I think maybe the live stream before or on someone else's live stream of the his nice new breadlie python or breadlie eye. Oh, there's a vehicle in the driveway. I wonder, could it be a delivery vehicle? I'm going to look up monkey-tailed skink. Well, they do look pretty big. "32 inches." Yeah, right. I would say, well, that's a rude delivery driver that just drops shit at the front door and then leaves. 32 inches. What's that? That's 2.5 feet, isn't it? Then yeah, maybe land mullet's just the biggest one in Australia. Then they get pretty long, but not 2.5 feet. Give me a tick. I want to see what just got delivered. Delivery. Delivery. Sure does at the moment. Sure does at the moment. I thought something like that would need a signature, though. I said I thought something like that might need a signature, but he just dropped it and ran. Well, I could do that, Max, but it's not a delivery for me. What was the... Oh, right, the echo. Me having to repeat myself for deaf people. If that's what you mean. Is that what you mean, Blake? Metal Hammer Jimmy, how are ya? Haven't seen you in weeks, Metal Hammer Jimmy. Where you been, brother? Just missed all the reptile talk, Jimmy. Just talking snakes and blue tongues and stuff. Got blue tongue hanging out over here beside me. Doesn't want to show his face though. He's a little bit camera shy. Yeah, my delivery that I have just received, Sarah ordered a couple of bedders the other day because I've got a tank of hers here that currently has some of my fish in it. And I'm going to pick up another tank for her. So So yes, I have to house her two bedders here for a little while. She has said that she's coming here today and she's trying to leave her house, but uh, by the looks of it, because I did just send her a picture of her parcel. By the looks of it, she's still at her house. Oh, she says she's leaving. So what I might do, if she's coming straight here, she'll be about half an hour. So I might save that for her to do on camera, perhaps, she if she's down for that idea. It for you to unbox on camera. So much quicker just to speak into your telephone, isn't it? Jay's Crazy Obsessions. How are you, Jay? It's been a little while since I've seen you too, I think. And Alex Breeding Fish. How are you, Alex? Or is your real name Breeding? Have I missed anyone else coming in? Yeah, they are good fun, Blake. Bob, sorry. On a quick glance, Blake's and Bob's logos look similar, but once I actually look at them both in comparison, they are not similar at all. Yeah, they are definitely good fun, Bob, but it is a federal crime to open other people's mail. We've all been there, though. We've all been there. Oh, do you want some more, Jimmy? Do you want like a jaguar or two? I got two big female jags that are just misbehaving. Natural Aquariums, how are you today? Calypso. How are you, Calypso? Welcome aboard. Seems we've had a few people go out as people are coming in. Yeah, you're just up the road from me, aren't you, Jimmy? I have to get a special border pass to get to you, but don't I? Aren't you up in Queensland? But yes, I have two Jaguars in jail at the moment for misdemeanors and felonies. Alien World Aquatics. Hello to you, Scotty, my lad. Come and get them, Jimmy. They're yours. Oh, well, in that case, Natural Aquariums. Don't forget, everyone, to go and subscribe to Natural Aquariums and check out his new video. Thanks for stopping in. Lol, fishy fun. Blake's got one of those jobs that requires him to be indoors for 8 to 10 hours a day. And then when he gets home, he has to, spend time with his kids, i.e., his fish room, and then a little bit of time with his children as well. So he doesn't get to see much sun, our Blake. G'day, Derek. How are you? And Aquamate. How are you, Joshua? Welcome aboard. How cool are Bradley eyes, eh? Or Bradley's, however you want to say it. I like saying Bradley eyes. But yeah, so chunk and so pretty. I don't know which picture I can show that shows this guy best. bit of glare and reflection and stuff. Yeah, this one's one of my son's recent acquisitions. It's only about 5.5 feet long compared to my coastal that he's got, which is about 7 feet long. But the Bredli eye is about 3 times, maybe even 4 times as girthy as the coastal carpet. It's just such a massively thick snake and just so passive. And yeah, I don't know if it comes up on this picture too nice, but up the head end of the snake, a very, very light orange. And then as you go down to the tail end, it gets very, very dark. So it's almost like 2 snakes in one. Beautiful, beautiful, good snake, and just passive as, never even looks like biting. Whereas my coastal Sue can be very bitey and very reluctant to get out of its box. No, we have 2 different pythons in Australia that actually we have 3 really that compete for biggest. You have the olive python, which is supposedly the longest, and then you have the Owen Pelly python, which is very similar to olive python in size, and then you have the bloody hell, I've lost it. The big Morelia from up north. Crikey. What is it called? I've just gone say blank because it goes by 2 different names. One's its scientific name. Yeah, scrub python. Amethystine python is its other name. Thank you, Jimmy. Correct. Dan Slee on the money as well. They certainly get up there. They are potentially can get girthier and bigger than your olives and Owen Pellies, but because the olives and Owen Pellies get so much longer than the jungles, the scrubbies, generally they are considered to be much bigger in by definition is what I'm trying to say. How long to get certified in venomous snake keeping? It's not that long, Bob. You do have to do I think there's 2 courses that you have to do before you can get certified and have a license. And then the regulations and log keeping, record keeping, all of that stuff are quite heavily regulated also, and people are known to be audited on a regular basis once you get accredited and licensed. Yeah, I did see that C23 on Chandler's that he refers to, that he has to get his hours up. So it's definitely different over there. I think over here you don't necessarily have to do hours. You just have to prove that you're competent on knowledge and ability to handle effectively and stuff. But yeah, don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly certain that you don't have to log hours. You just have to prove that you're competent by passing courses and whatnot. Oh, there you go. Max S saying scrubbies are the longest and fattest according to Wiki. I was under the impression that Owen Pelly's got longer. But, like I said earlier, generally you have to believe what you see on the Wikipedia. But I had believed that for a long, long time as well, that the scrubbies were the biggest ones. We're talking 5-6 meter snakes as a regular adult size. So the 3 of them are all bloody big. Oh, wow. Was I right before, Jimmy, when I said you were in Queensland? Because it had actually slipped my mind before, but to the best of my knowledge now, they've outlawed jaguars in Queensland. I'm not far behind down here as well. They're grey listed here. But that means that they're under investigation. For whether they should be banned. And Jimmy, are you... I'm really struggling to remember. You're not the dude. Pardon me. From Bundaberg, are you further down south, Sunny Coast or somewhere? Ah, right. Okay, Jimmy. Mum is the word. Yeah, that is not the regulated python, but the reticulated python. Sorry to correct you, Alex. Are definitely the largest snake on the planet. They get very, 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 very massive. Ah, right. So it is you, the Bundy boy. Right. Right. Good. And Dragonlair, you are correct. Diamond pythons are beautiful. Yeah. Big city betters. How are you, Amber? Sarah's going to be here soon. Probably based on her last message, she's probably about 17 or 19 minutes away, roughly. Approximate numbers only. Oh, king cobras aren't that deadly to humans. Kevin, don't play. What's the Justina? Kevin seems very mellow compared to Justina. Missed that one. Welcome back, Sean. Get out of it, you mongrel. Whoops. That went a little bit pear-shaped. Am I still on? Mental note, when a fly goes for your drink or your microphone, be careful where you're swinging, not to swing the laptop off the table. It was a good save, though. Hope nobody gets motion sickness and hasn't vomited all over their table or their pillowcase. I might take this opportunity to go and wrestle a crocodile. But what can I do? Put something on meantime, eh? Haven't done that before. Yeah. Dang. Shouldn't have done this. Now I'm regretting looking for a video to play because I'm busting for a pee. Pardon me. Crikey, so much nonsense. Just do a bit of this for now, eh? Whoops. Windows Media Player is not responding. Ah, Windows is choice. I love it. I love it a lot. How's it going? Is that working for everyone? I'm interested in that. I'm back. Yes, that was, well, wasn't the full version because I didn't let it play to the end, did I? Priscilla, how the devil are you today? Welcome aboard. No, Monica, I am definitely, when it comes to movies, whoops. I am the kind of guy who does not like, especially if I've paid money to go and see a film in the cinema, I definitely do not leave through the movie to go and do a wee because I can't handle even missing 1 or 3 lines of dialogue. So I definitely always do a wee-wees before going into the cinema. No, Priscilla, I had to actually clear that up early. I mean, I was one of the people who messaged me this morning about being on in Joey's video. I had to actually clear that up. It was not me. It was not me that was chugging beers with Joey. It was the other Australian guy. I mean, when I was on with Joey, I had a drink sitting right in front of me, and I could have chugged with Joey, but I didn't even think of it. I was more I was busier explaining to him what wrestling a crocodile was, which he seemed to enjoy. He had a good laugh at that. What's a ledge? Oh, GRB has already answered that. Yes, Max S. Apparently, there's another episode coming out this week. I don't know if anyone else has heard that about Tiger King. I'm assuming, based on how it went so viral, that they decided to chuck a little bit of extra footage together and try and cash in a little bit more. So yeah, I can't remember where I heard that about the new episode coming out. It was either on Joe Rogan podcast or Bill Burr or H3, one of those three. I think I heard it on. Whoops, that created a mess. Apparently, when I knocked the computer over before I knocked the ashtray over as well. Yeah, well, that stuff cleans up. Yeah, and what I was saying, Priscilla, about the about when I was getting messages this morning from multiple people saying, oh, you're famous now. Joey's talked about you on his YouTube video, and I was saying, that actually wasn't me, but certain individuals were saying I should own that and say, yes, that was me. But no, the actual guy who was chugging beers with is a guy called Hyphen Chris, who I did notice the other day too. There's a Hyphen Chris spelt with a Y, and then there's a pardon me. Now there's a Hyphen Chris spelt with an I. So yes, there's people cashing in on that shit too. Warrior Planted Tanks has made it in. G'day, Steve. How are you, brother? What have I missed? Lots of people, well, a few people explaining to Natural what ledge is. That's another thing I heard too. He's trying to sue. Who is he trying to sue? He's trying to sue someone for $94 million. Nice round number. I like it. And someone set up a GoFundMe for him, and then GoFundMe apparently took it down within an hour or something. It was very funny. But yeah, it's been quite a while since any kind of show has just gone that nuts, that viral. Learning to fish keep. How's it going? Aquaballs, how are you, Jorge? Yeah. So it is confirmed, is it, Dragonlair? There is a new episode coming. Anthony's Fishy Friends, didn't see you sneak in. Anthony's Fishy Friends was definitely one of the individuals messaging me this morning about about the King of DIY thing. But yeah, he's a well, not only Joe Exotic. There's a bunch of people in that show that are definitely real special edition human beings, and who else did I miss? I miss anyone else coming in? I don't like not saying hi to people when they come in. So if I've missed you, give us a little, nudge and say you didn't say hi to me, you dog. Zin. Now I've got it in my head too. Why? My phone keeps making weird buzzing noises. Keeps going zzz, zzz, zzz. Generally, it just goes zzz or zzz, zzz. But it just keeps doing silly, strange things. I'll try to ignore it, shall I? Seems to be a sensible course of action. Pardon me. Yeah, no, who was it? Now I'm missing all my sources. I'm citing all of these things that people have said, but I'm not citing my accurate sources. But someone was, that's right, it was the doc, whatever his name was, the long blonde-haired dude with the harem of girls, was on Theo Von's podcast, and he was saying that the he was reckoning that the numbers that they spat out about how many tigers in captivity and all that kind of stuff were grossly exaggerated compared to what's really out there. So yeah, again, it's really hard to know. You have to take everything you read or see on the interwebs with a bag of salt. Not a grain of salt, the whole bag. And I think that's one of the biggest problems with a lot of our internet culture is people see a thing, just the one thing on the internet, and it's gospel without actually, fact checking. Don't know if I got him or not. If I did, he fell over the back. I thought the flies would have slowed down in this slightly cooler weather, but they're still just going nuts. Oh, damn it. I just saw a... Well, music is the international language of everything fishy fun. They were probably responding to the lyrics. Teresa Cookie. Hello, TC. How are you? Griffin Fish Room. G'day, Griff. How are ya? Gang. The Rat Pack. No, what's he called? The Rat King. Yeah, Theo Von can be a very funny kid. I get quite often. I get his little animated videos from little snippets pop up in my Instagram feed. Quite funny. That hide and seek game with Timothy. No one ever saw Timothy again. Funny stories. He's got a very interesting way with words, that boy. I think most people that have gone to lengths of breeding big cats have to be a little bit weird. And like they say about the Carol Baskin woman, that she, her start in the industry was trading, buying and selling exotic creatures. And yeah, she was definitely an interesting cookie, that lady. But yeah, I think most people in that caper aren't in it for the animals' welfare. They're in it for what they can get out of it. But yeah, it's like I was saying before, it's been a long time since I've seen any show like that just blow up like that one did. I think part of it might have been that there might have been 2 or 3 Joe Rogans in a row where people were coming in and recommending it to Joe Rogan. Maybe it was just 2 in a row. And he's got a massive audience on his podcast. And then, everything goes exponentially from there. What's your 3 natural? 3 question mark? Well, at least your beagle knows it's alive, Bob. And it wasn't even one of my good ones. I've done many, many better ones than that one this stream. Crikey. Stay away from that for a minute. Nice. I'll try and brew up a couple of more specials, Teresa. Oh, natural. I've done way more than 3, I think. I think I did 3 in the first 5 minutes. Oh, you weren't here then, they were. Did I even potentially burp before I'd even said a word? Or once I stopped the intro music playing, I think I burped. I might have just burped in my first sentence. John O. Johnson has made it, finally. Where the hell have you been, John O? Hey? Hey? I need a note from your mum to explain your absence. Ah, right. You were saying 3? Probably 3 plus 10, maybe more. I lose count. They're just automatic for me. They're just part of my conversational dialect. Is that on your salt tank, John O? How's that going? Is that you being facetious, CT3, about the dude who had the snow leopard jammed in the back of his van on a very hot day? It's all right. They've been bred here in this temperature. They're acclimated to it. Shouldn't be too long now, Mon. I know pretty much everyone who's staying in the chat is only, here really to wait for her arrival. Unless she's had to go via the shops. Ooh, got to plug that in. It's going to die. Yeah, unless she's had to go via the shops, she should be here any tick. That one was accidental. I meant to hold on to that till it was bigger. Well, fingers crossed, Jono. There might be Bob Kaler keeps a little bit of salt stuff. Yeah, I've not done any salt water before, so I'm absolutely any information I try to give on salt water would just be stuff that I've heard, not actually stuff that I've learned. So yeah, if anyone's got saltwater advice or knowledge to help Jono Johnson with his deflated Recon, how's it going? What's up with you, brother? Blake should know, but he'll probably also say, oh yeah, Priscilla's here. Priscilla's got awesome saltwater knowledge. What do you reckon, Priscilla? Deflated anemones, or looks a bit deflated. It's a reasonably new tank setup, yeah, Jono? From memory, like only 3 weeks old, something like that. Any anemone. I'm sure he's probably fairly accurate with regard to that. Clarence, my bad. Primarily because if you keep them in Canada, as far as Chewy can probably confirm, in Canada you need to have them microchipped and paperworked, and there's red tape and stuff involved. So once you've got them, it's a same situation as with your snake keeping down here. As soon as you're sorry about that, as soon as you're licensed, you're open to being audited and stuff. But if no one knows you've got them, then you're very highly unlikely to be raided by national parks and wildlife. Same thing, I think, would be going on there about that kind of stuff, that if you've got them in Canada, you're on a list, you've got it registered. To get one in the US, it has to be done completely illegally. So it's all under the radar, depending on how much you chitter chatter about it. And lots of people know what stuff of theirs is legal, and they know what they're doing is illegal, so they know to keep it quiet, keep it in a different part of their house and whatnot. Stay away from chatty Cathy. Do you think that's accurate, Chewy? Do you think his aren't He didn't have permits and chips and stuff in his, or what? I know he never had the apparently if you keep them you've got to have the paperwork displayed near the tank that you keep it in. But I have a strange feeling that he may be exempt from having it displayed and may have it in a folder in a drawer somewhere or something like that. But I believe that he would definitely know what is required by him to keep that fish. But yeah, interesting. I would be interested in yeah, well, that's a good point. I know that he would definitely be well aware that they need to be microchipped, and I would assume that all of his have the chips. Oh, look, Asian arowana are, done. I reckon people need to get into the Australian arowana. There's two different ones down here. Ours are awesome. Pretty too. Oh, I can do that, can't I? Yep. What time are we at? 1:30. Can close that. Just got a notification that Gaffer Haynes is going live. How about that? That's pretty funny too. That my most recent notification underneath the live stream notification that I just got was a Netflix recommendation. Joe Exotic singing "I Saw a Tiger." Google is always listening. I agree, GRB, that Jardinis are very pretty fish. And, just because they're not reds, your bright red across the back and stuff. And yeah, there we go. GRB also saying the stunning greens and pinks that you get on our guys' scales are just as good. And they're just as exciting a fish to watch attack the surface of the water, feeding and all that. Totally agree with you, GRB. 100%. Whereabouts thirsty? Are the same place you got your other fish from? Oh, I like the sound of that, Anthony. We must get together and compare notes, and all that kind of stuff. Just turn it off, Sean. Turn it off, mate. Easy. Yes, it was quite funny. Quite funny the funeral footage where he's singing along with the recording of one of his songs, and the voices sound a little bit different, don't they? Just a little bit different. Hello. Everyone's been waiting for you. Oh, sorry, Sean. I didn't realise. Did what? I haven't inspected. One sec. That's quite annoying. That's correct, everybody. Sarah has arrived. Yes, natural. He didn't do himself any favors pretending to sing along with that funeral song, because clearly it was a not his voice, is what I'm trying to say. Anemone, Priscilla, and Jono going back and back about the GRB saying Sarah lives solo these days. Sarah lives at her own place, GRB. We live in different places. I don't know how far back I've got to go to people saying hi to Sarah. I think Scott might have been the first. Scott's Aquatics says hi to Sarah. 44 Mag Guy Derek says hi, Sarah. I'm assuming GRB also says hi by acknowledging her existence here. Sean, Ooted, Dragon Lair both say hi to Sarah. Fishy Fun 57 says Sarah has a beautiful backyard. GRB's Saratoga is called Sarah. Right. I see. Zen Ginger actually uses Sarah's real name and says hi, Scungy. Monica was here before. I don't know if Monica's still here, but she's been toey as waiting for you to show up. And was asking before when you were due to show up, and I said any minute now, and then she hasn't been in the chat since. 30 minutes. Only 30 minutes till, Scotty. Oh, it's 24 minutes now. So maybe we should get Sarah to unbox her package live on stream. Whilst did I leave? Well, I believe when you unbox on the interwebs, you have to use a knife of some sort. I don't know where I've put my actual proper Victorinox there. But this one should work. I'm assuming it's going to be a box with it's right there anyway. Use this one because it's got the shorter blade. And potentially do it on camera. That way around though, so this isn't on the
No.
I'm surprised no one actually joined the StreamYard before, because I had I was sharing my screen before and I had the StreamYard page on and had the StreamYard link, and no one saw fit to copy it and jump up. I'm going to try and do a wee and come back before you, right?
Okay. don't know if I'm doing a very good job. Thing.
Oh, sorry. Moment of truce.
Alright.
Oh wow, they didn't even separate them in the bag. I thought they would have put some kind of paper block or something so they weren't attacking each other through the plastics. Oh, very pretty.
It's a bit wet in there. It's not
That
very
bag's-
well sealed.
That one's had a leak for sure.
I don't really want to put him down because he's not.
Fishy Biz. Sorry, I haven't been able to read the chat. I've only just got my first glance. Yeah, GRB. Sarah got a couple of betters. She's hooked on the idea of betters. That might be a good idea too if I hold it that way. Will it show better? So this one is. Do you know what sort they are? Crown tails.
No,
This
that
one's
has to
like
be
a
half.
dark grey black body with caramelly coloured fins. Both bags. I mean,
Yeah.
this one has definitely had some leak.
This is leaky too, and it's got no. They've got no air in them.
Going to definitely.
I don't know if they can see the fish in them.
Cube or in there?
Well, that was your decision to make. I like the idea of it being in the cube because the numbers were better and I can see it more readily.
I still don't know what's upping the pH, so pH could still be fine in there. Oops. Sorry about that. Can you reach the pink towel at all? Pretty please. I didn't think to grab it before I sat back down.
I can get up and get up.
So yeah, that was an interesting overnight shipping of a couple of betters that took 2 overnights to get here. But they're here, they're alive, but not the best bagging. Nano Tanks Australia, not the best bagging at all. Oh, thanks, Scotty. Scotty likes my shirt, and Teresa Cookie is in love with Sarah's outfit.
Do you reckon she can see the bats?
I don't know. Can you see the bats, Teresa? Is that what you like about the outfit? Just realised that this is over this side, so no one can probably hear you.
Because that's my favourite part.
Maybe Teresa did see the bats. And that's her favourite part too. What else have I missed in the chat with all of that noise? Fishy Biz, good to see you in, brother. Welcome aboard. When was Peplin's birthday? I think there's a couple of people, Chewy, that order in nice bedders from Thailand and whatnot. There's a couple of suppliers down here that get good ones, but it's one of those things where you can look around for months and see nothing but crap bedders. Platinum Half Moon, was that the last one, Blake? You can look around for ages and just see nothing but crap bedders, and then all of a sudden you just see awesome ones everywhere. But yeah, they do look pretty, but they've obviously had I did think that if you're shipping 2 male bedders, that you would potentially wrap one of the bags in newspaper. But then again, I suppose it was probably pitch black in there, so they might not have seen each other to get rowdy with one another. But you know, they've made it. They're here. They're both floating now. We shall see how they go. We'll do a slow acclimation. Did a bunch of water tests because I have had interesting things going on with some of my waters lately. So went through and did a bunch of water tests yesterday just to determine which were the best tanks for them to go in now. And yeah, nice one, Priscilla. Fair enough. I'll take that on board. And basically, based on how most bedders are housed when they're in store, you know, the shipping bags were probably acceptable as well compared to little tiny tubs. Jays, was that a miss? What did I miss? Or are you saying you missed? What did I miss? I read it as. I believe redfish, bluefish, we're all squared up. Yes, we are. But I don't know. We're gonna have to find a new name for it than Dotty Squatty Man, aren't we? What did you call it?
I didn't exactly give it like a finite name.
Oh, right. I thought you had a rough idea of a name for it as opposed to Dotty Squatty Man.
Yeah, so.
But anyway, I guess it's Jason's now, so he can call it what he wants. Realistically. But yes, Jace, yes, we're all good, bro. When Priscilla gets bedders, they're in a 2x2 inch sealed bag with enough water to cover that. Wow. Lucky they can breathe a little bit out of the air as well, wouldn't it? Crikey. Yes, Sarah's done fish art, Derek. She's done a few different fishes, haven't you? She did a prawn for Sir Prawn a lot. She's got a fish sticker available on her big cartel site. I think Chattanooga Ed recently showed off his scungy fish sticker. So yeah, there's certainly scungy fish art out there. Oh, there's the prints as well. Those prints are pretty cool. Sold a few prints. One of the auctions, I think, didn't we? At the end of the auction, didn't we do sets of prints? Bob Kaler's got a set of prints. Chattanooga Ed's got a set of the fish prints. Ginger Graves has a set of fish prints, and Monica Lynn has one of the fish prints. I believe they were the takers on the fish prints. As that was the same picture that was used on the holographic fish sticker, but just done in slightly different ways across all of the different picture. Thirsty Rabbit says he'd buy an Oscar drawing. Fishy Fun 57 says that was a very cool prawn for Prawny. Do they bag your blue rams up the same way, Priscilla? It seems harsh and brutal, doesn't it? I think there's still the prints. Bob, did you put, when you got your series of fish prints, did you put them in a video? I know you showed the spot on your wall above your tank where you wanted to put them. But yeah, if you've got the actual prints in the video, I don't remember whether you showed them or not. Potentially we can direct a little bit of traffic to Bob's direction to check out those fish prints. And they are definitely still available for purchase. And a very cool series too. The same fish done in different colour schemes. Did we actually... I think the general idea was to present them in 4 seasons, yeah? Is that the way we worked it out? Yeah. Different colouring schemes to represent the 4 seasons of the year. And yeah, I believe, Bobby, you're still chasing hours too. We should try and, now that Derek's put a link up to Bob's channel, try and direct a few more people when you go to sleep at night. Chuck on one of Bob Kaler's playlists on your computer or something and let it play overnight. Get some... oh, you've got your time up, Bob. Oh, well, don't go to Bob's channel then. Don't worry about that. But yes, Bob's got plenty of good videos anyway, so... Oh, you're done. You got your time, so you're just going to quit YouTube now, Bob? Is that the way it is? But anyway, congrats, Bob. Well done. You got there. Hope you get the or have got the email saying that you can get your 17 cents a month now. Nicely done, Zen Ginger. So yeah, anyone that wants to go and have a look at some of Sarah's art, especially the fish stuff, go and check out that video. And then, you know, go and buy it. Go and buy it off Big Cartel.
I don't know if I haven't put any prints on there, so people just have to, if they did want them, just message. Cause...
Right. Okay. So yeah, apparently the fish prints that are in Bob's video are not on Sarah's Big Cartel, but you know, just message us, hit us up on the Instagrams or the Facebook Messenger. Oh, nice one, Bob. Next Wednesday, your time, Thursday, Australian time. We'll pencil that in. I think Dan's Fish is the go-to guy, isn't he, for the giveaways? I think he does. Does he do a giveaway every week on his live streams? A redfish, bluefish. 4,001 hours. I'm deleting my channel and moving to Prague. How very bohemian of you, Jace. Getting in touch with his bohemian roots, perhaps? Isn't that Prague supposed to be the bohemian capital? Is that what they say? Yeah, well, basically what I was saying, Bob, is Dan's Fish thirsty. Zen Ginger has graciously posted a link. Yeah, what I was saying is that I think Dan just gives away loads of stuff. He's a champion at giving stuff away, and good on him for it. Must go to Prague one day. Beautiful architecture. I think that's why it's the Bohemian capital, isn't it? Or am I mixing up Bohemian with something else? Probably not, but maybe. So anyway, we might pull the pin here because I think Scotty starts in. Hopefully, pardon me, Alien World Aquatics can confirm that he is going live next. Yes, I have actually received the 30-minute notification some time ago now. So indeed, in about 10 minutes, Alien World Aquatics will be going live. So as is my usual thing, I like to, finish up a good 5 or 10 minutes before Alien World Aquatics so that people have got time to go and do a bit of a wee, get a fresh drink, change their trousers if they need to, tighten up their necktie or bow tie, whatever they wear. Ascot, redfish, bluefish. I think he wears an ascot when he's watching streams. And yeah, give everyone a little bit of time to have a little bit of a rest of the eyeballs. Go and focus at something a long distance away. Give your eyes a rest before heading over to Scotty and Paige's stream. No, thank you, Peplin. Thank you for hanging out with us. Oh yeah, good thinking, thirsty. Thank you, Zen Ginger, all over it. Well done, Zen, and thank you. I'd forgotten about that. I think that was the only other Aussie thing that's going on at the moment, isn't it? Prawny, good timing. Eavesdropping again, Prawny. Had his glass up to the door. Righto, so thanks everyone for hanging out. Don't forget to go and say good day to Scott and Paige. And if you like, you can go over there with the hashtag Nya. I might have to actually type that in, don't I? Because no one knows how to spell Nya. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . So if you go over to, I mean, when you go over to Alien World Aquatic Stream, chuck the nya hashtag in there, and just so Scotty knows you came from here. We like to pay it forward and backwards and forwards, or something like that. I don't know how it goes. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the chats. If you see Joey, the king of DIY, out there, tell him to check his Instagram messages. One day, all those worlds will come together. So, take it easy. Take care. Wash your hands. Stay safe. What else do you tell people nowadays? Social distancing. Stay away from those other people. And all that stuff. Behave yourselves.
Hello?